Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. I believe and hope you are doing well. I believe and hope the week has been good. I believe and hope that everything is going well with you. Um, how have you all been? Please share to be a blessing when you get on here for us. As we do sing, please share to be a blessing for us. Share to be a blessing for us. As we do sing, share to be a blessing for us as we do sing. But you are welcome. It's a beautiful day once again. It's a blissful day. We thank God for your life. We thank God for how far you've brought us. We thank God for such another beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day. It's a new month, and we're grateful to God. It's a new month, and we can't be happier. We started the whole February, and God has brought us to another super month, and we are grateful. When you get on here, thanks for joining. When you get on here, please share to be a blessing for us. 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 We'll start in few as we do same on here. But we thank God for your life. We thank God for how far He's brought us. We thank God for where He's taking us. We thank God for everything and anything that He has done and He keeps doing for us, right? It's another day where we come and we discuss about what is going on. We discuss about how life is. We discuss that we learn from each other. Let me put it that way. We learn from one another, right? It is a beautiful, beautiful day where we digest and we ask or we open up the question or the statement, and we learn from each other. I salute you to my brother. How have you been? Right? We learn from each other. So today, what we have on here is breaking free, right? Breaking free from everything that holds us back, breaking free from anything that prevents us from growing, breaking free from anything that doesn't allow us to move freely, that doesn't allow us to go out and above to do and to gain anything that we have to gain, right? Anything that prevent us from doing what is necessary for our growth, what is necessary for things to work for us, what is necessary for anything and everything that we are doing. This is where we come and we discuss that. So please share to be a blessing to others, share to invite people, share to invite somebody on here as we do same, as I share on our platform. We'll start in 2 minutes, but be a blessing and share to others to be blessed. All right, share to others to be blessed. That today we're talking about breaking free. Today we're talking about the things that hold us back, the things that prevent us, the things that we need to get rid of, if I can use that word, to move forward. The things that we need to work, things that we need to work around with, or things that we need to work on, right, to break free. So I wrote here, I said, recognizing self-imposed limitations, challenges, negative self-talk, embracing discomfort, and practicing self-compassion, right? So this is where, or this is what it means to break free, right? You might not even know that you are being held from moving forward, or you're being held from doing what you're supposed to do. Why? Because we've allowed, or we've accepted whatever we think we have. We've accepted the problems the way it is. We've accepted the way people look at us. We've accepted the way people see us to be. We've accepted the negative self-talks that we've spoken on our own lives, right? We've accepted, because of certain conditions, because of certain situations, because of certain things, we've accepted those things, and they're preventing us from moving forward. right? So limiting ourselves to our own negative self-talk, limiting ourselves to things that people say, limiting ourselves to things that will not push us forward, right? Things that will not push us forward, things that it is hard for us to break off it. So negative self-talk, challenges, limitations, anything that prevent us from moving forward, anything that prevent you from uh, um realizing your potentials, your full potentials, is what we're talking about here, right? I said you can break free from every limitations. You can break free from everything that you think is holding you down. You can break free from every limitations, because guess what? As a man think it, right? How you see yourselves will determine what you want, will determine how you want it. You will determine what exactly you want to achieve, what exactly or how exactly you want that thing to be achieved, right? That will determine that. Break free from pain, break free from limitations, break free from anything that holds us back. Maybe it is that pain. Maybe it is that exams that you cannot pass. Maybe it is that statement that that person said on your life, or that person said to you, that is eating you up, that is preventing, that is making you accept that, oh, this is who I am. If that person is saying this, then that is who I am. But I am here to tell you something else. Sometimes it takes you yourself to have a self conversation with yourself. Yes, those people have said the things that they want to say, but is it really true about you? Oh, that person said I am wicked. That person said I am a failure. That person said I am nothing but a failure. There is nothing good that is gonna come from me. There is nothing better that is gonna come from me. One second. But ask yourself, is that really true? Am I really what that person is saying? Right? And we limit ourselves with those words. Oh, all I know is I am a failure. All I know is nothing good is going to come out of me. All I know is this, then I cannot do it. All I know is this disease is going to kill me. Or all I know is this person is going to put me in trouble. You are limiting yourself. It is time for you to break out. It is time for you to let loose. It is time for you to let go. Right? I said breaking free is a journey of self-discovery and growth. That is where you learn the things that work for you. That is where you learn the things that you can do to improve on yourself. That is where you learn things that you're not supposed to do in general. Because guess what? If I do this thing, it would not be beneficial to me. If I do that, it will be beneficial to me. Breaking free. Breaking free. We've limited ourselves so much so that we are letting those negative things that has been said about us take hold of us. Those negative things that has been said about us stop us from doing the things that need to be done for us to move forward, for us to move to our greatness, for us to move from point A to point B. Breaking free. Break free from the past, leave the present, and create future that exceed your dreams. Right? Break free from that past. Oh, I did something bad. Yes, we all do something bad one way or the other at some point in our lives, right? But we don't have to let that thing hold us down. We do not have to let that thing prevent us from going where we're supposed to go. We do not have to let that thing keep us in bondage. Break free from the past. Many of us are holding on to the past. Many of us are holding on to that thing that didn't work for us. Many of us are holding on to that thing that we never saw coming, right? That became a dent in our lives. That doesn't mean that you shouldn't look for a way to fix it. That doesn't mean that you shouldn't look for ways around it. That doesn't mean that, oh, because we are forgetting about the past, we're letting everything loose. No, there is a time and season for everything. So, yes, this was where I was, or this is where I am. This is what I have been through. But I think it is time for me to shake it off. I think it is time for me to break free out of this pity party that I have going on here, out of this bondage that I've created for myself because of my sorrow, because of my inability to do something, because of my inability to make it, right? As you keep sitting in that state, nothing good comes out of it. Nothing good comes out of it because the situation will let you think that, oh, it is okay for you to continue to dwell in whatever you find, whatever pity you find in yourself in. But it is time for you to get yourself up. Shake that thing off. Break free from that bondage. Break free from that limitation. Break free from that thing that is always making you feel good. That doesn't mean that you don't have conscience. No. It means that, yes, I have taken the time to wallow in this sorrow for a bit. I have taken the time to wallow in this pain for a bit. I have taken the time to wallow in this failure for a bit. It is time for me to gather myself. It is time for me to get my act together. It is time for me to try something else. Breaking free. Breaking free, right? Let's put this on do not disturb. Breaking free, right? So don't allow that situation that you find yourself, or even that thing, that statement that the person said to you, pull you down. Because guess what? The more you continue to sit in there, the more time you are wasting. Right? The more you continue to wallow in that statement that that person said, because it is not going to do any better thing for you. It is not going to solve the problem. It is only going to make you feel worse and bad about yourself. It is only going to let you feel pathetic of yourself, right? Break free out of that limitation. Break free. See, we set ourselves, sometimes we set ourselves for failure. Because we put ourselves in this box that this is what I have to do. This is where I need to go. If I don't do this, that doesn't happen. We've positioned ourselves in a box. And so when that thing doesn't happen for us, we end up finding ourselves in trouble. We end up panicking. We end up having things go left for us. But when we learn to apportion time for everything that we have, when we learn to apportion time for every particular thing in our lives, we realize that there are times and seasons for everything. And so for you to break out, it needs you understanding that, hey, I have been here for a minute. Yes, this is what that person, this is what people are saying about me. That shouldn't define me. This is what this situation is saying about me. That shouldn't define me. This is what my current situation is saying, but that shouldn't define me. I need to break out of that limitation. I need to break loose, right? I need to break free out of it. So break free from the past, leave the present, and create future beyond that dream of yours, beyond that expectations of yours, beyond that aspirations of yours. I said the only limitations you have are the ones that we put on ourselves. The only limitations that we have are the ones that we put on ourselves. So it is time for us to break loose and soar higher. It is time for you to set new goals if need be. It is time for you to set new aspirations if need be. It is time for us to stand up and hold whatever situations we have by the horn, breaking free, breaking free. Oh, but Amanda, this situation is very difficult. Yes, I get it. But until you gather yourself, until you gather your loins, as the Bible says, until you gather yourselves and you get up from that pain, you will still sit in it. Would you rather want that you can look back and say to yourself that, oh, I tried my best. I did not set myself, or I did not confine myself to that problems that came. I broke myself loose to be able to get to where I am supposed to get to. Break free out of that limitation. And it shouldn't, excuse me, it shouldn't just be a limitation. It could even be connections that you have. If there is a person that does not bring any growth, that does not bring any improvement, that does not bring any better thing in your life, it is time to break free. You find yourself in a group where all they do is talk negatives. All they do is pull. They have the pull me down syndromes. All they do is that if they're not talking about somebody else, they're talking about somebody in the group. Such a group will not bring no improvement to you. Such a group will not bring no anything better to your life, any addition to your life. So you have to break loose. You have to break free. There are certain situations that it is going to be difficult to do that. Sometimes it needs the courage to do that. So that connection, that is not bringing any growth. That is not bringing any improvement. That is not bringing any elevation. It is time for you to let go. Yes, we spoke about networking and all that. But if that network is not helping you, why are you still sitting there? Break free. Break free out of it. Move towards that vision of yours. Move towards that aspiration of yours. Move towards that dream, that goal of yours. We all set new goals as we go, as we grow, as we achieve the things that we want to achieve. But look at it this way. Not everything we put our mind to. If that situation is not working, it's not working. It is time for you to change some dynamics. It is time for you to alter certain things out of there, to break free, to break out of it. So if that connection is not working for you, if it is not bringing any growth, if it is not bringing any improvement, if all you find yourself doing is talking about somebody other than focusing on your life, focusing on how to improve your life, it is time for you to make that decision. It is time for you to set priorities right. It is time for you to put things in perspective. It is time for you to lay hold of your vision once again. It is time for you to do that. We've limited ourselves so much. We've placed limitations so much so that we sometimes get scared to take steps. We get scared to go for what we believe in. We get scared to go for what we dream for. We get scared to go for what we've dreamt of when those opportunities are laying right before us. until you break free. You wouldn't know what you are capable of. You wouldn't know what your capabilities are. You wouldn't know what you are made of until you break forth, until you break free from that limitations that you've set for yourself, from that limitations that you've given or you've placed on your own life. Is it limitation? Is it fear? Is it insecurity? Is it fear of failure? Anything that prevent you from taking the bull by the horn needs to be broken free of. I said, remember, discomfort of breaking off connections are temporary, but they are necessary. Yes, you've been friends with that person for a longer time. You've been colleagues with that person for years. But all that person does is put you in trouble. All that person does is put you on a wrong path. All that person does is that they are selfish of themselves, but yet they always want to throw you to the dogs. Meanwhile, you, on the other hand, all you ever doing is looking out for them. All you ever doing is making sure that they're good. All you ever doing is making sure that, hey, they are good and perfect. That is a situation you need to break away from. Because guess what? That person is looking out for themselves and not you. That person is putting you on a platter for failure because they want to build on themselves. They want to build on the aspirations. They want to build on their goals, but yet they talking you down, yet they're preventing you. They're not even opening up opportunities for you to try. They're not even how do I put it, recommending people some things for you to do that will benefit your life or that you would do to better your life. But they are happy looking at your situations. They are happy looking at where you are. They are happy knowing the fact that they would always win and you would not. Break free out of it. Break free out of it. Break out of that. Break out of that connections. It is not helping you. So break out of it. Break out towards that vision that you've envisioned for yourself, that goals that gives you sleepless night, that thing that you wish you have it now. But you've put limitations on yourself. You've sold yourself so short that you cannot move from where you are. I said, remember, our brokenness are to fall off so that we can reveal our strength, so that we can reveal our greatness, so that we can reveal the potentials in us. But for it to be so, that thing need to be broken off. For it to be so, our brokenness need to be shed off. For it to be so, we need to break free from that limitations. For it to be so, we need to break free from those connections, toxic connections that are not helping us. Those ones that are not helping us. We need to break free out of it. But all I know is failure. No, that is the mentality you've set for yourself. Yes, you might have some failure episodes. Yes, we all fail. But a man is not measured by their success, but they are measured by how well or how good they are able to get up when they fall. Right? That is what a man is measured with. So yes, I have failed before. I have tried, and all I keep getting is failure. Maybe you need to try something else. Maybe you need to tweak certain things a little bit, but you need to break out of that series of struggles, series of scenarios, those failures. We need to break out of it. Those limitations that we've put on ourselves, we need to break out of it. We need to set loose. Right? Because it is only then that we'll be able to know what exactly we possess. We'll be able to know our potentials. We'll be able to know how far our capabilities can go, how far our potentials can reach. There is a saying that you will never know until you try. You will never know if you're going to fail or lose until you try, right? Don't let us sell ourselves short. It is going to be hard breaking off from something that you are used to all this while. It is going to be hard from breaking off from something that you've literally, it's literally your day-to-day thing, right? It is going to be hard to break out of it, but it is doable. It is doable. Maybe all you need is just a tweak. All you need is you having a different mindset to say that, hey, yes, I have tried this severally and I have failed severally, but this time I am doing it differently. And guess what? The day that you would decide that, the day that you would have that conversation with yourself will be the day that you will get different ideas, different mindset, different insight to go into that same problems that you figured that you cannot solve. But we need to break out of it. We need to set loose of it. We need to let go of it. Remember, we need to break off. Our brokenness need to be broken or need to be shed off in order for us to get to our greatness, in order for us to get to that greater height that we find out or we want to find ourselves in. But we need to break off. We need to break off. Break free of those negative connections, negative toxic connections that you have. Listen, you find yourself, all you find yourself doing is circling back to that same people that laugh behind your back, circling back to that same people that talk down at you, circling back to that same people that look down upon you, even right in your face, right? That is all you find yourself. But it is time for you to sit up and break free. It is time for you to sit up and say to yourself, enough is enough. I have had that. Oh, that person keeps saying that I'm not gonna do well. He keeps saying that I am always gonna fail. He keeps saying that nothing good is gonna come out of me. But guess what? This is the time I draw the line. This is the time I set loose. This is the time I break free out of it. It is gonna come, it is gonna be a shock to them. But guess what? It is time for you to move because you've sat here way too far. You've sat at that location way too far. You've sat in that same situation way longer than it is expected, way longer than you should have been. You've sat there way too long. Oh, but Amanda, I have tried. I have done everything. No, you have not. How do I break out of this? How about you seeing yourself? And this is where positive affirmations come in, right? How about you seeing yourself in a different way? How about you not seeing yourself as a failure? How about you not seeing yourself as nothing good is gonna come out of whatever you're dealing with? How about you seeing yourself as a winner? How about you see? Because listen, again, as a man thinketh, so is he. As we think, right? So we are. Magnets attract magnets, right? So until you put yourself out there, until you realize that, hey, I have been here way longer than I'm supposed to be, you're still gonna sit there. Until you realize that I need to make a move. I need to get up and move. I need to get up and try something else. I need to readjust my plan. I need to readjust that formulas that I have been trying that has been giving me negative answers. I need to reform them until you realize that, my brother, my sister, you're still going to stay where you are. But it is time for you to break forth. It is time for you to break out. It is time for you to bloom and blossom. It is time for you to step up. That time is now. So break free out of that pattern. Break free out of that limitations. Break free out of that series of failures, series of struggles, series of, like, all you've ever known is that when you try this, you fail. When you try that, you fail. Maybe you haven't tried something else. Maybe you haven't decided to change that formula a little bit. Maybe you've decided to just let whatever it is be. Maybe you've decided, you've said to yourself that what will be will be. Maybe you've said to yourself that, hey, this, you've accepted the result. You've accepted where you are. You've accepted where you find yourself. You've accepted what the situation is looking like. You've accepted how it is looking like. You've accepted how you find yourself or how people see you. You've accepted that. Maybe that is the reason why. So how about you try something else today? How about you try something different? How about you decide that, hey, I am not just going to accept this, but I am going to break free out of this pattern. I'm just going to break free out of this limitation. Whatever limitations I've set for myself, I am going to break out of it. Right? How about that? That positive affirmations go a long way. Right? Some of us too, we have certain beliefs that, oh, if I do this, this will happen to me. Break free from limiting beliefs that convince you that you are not good enough, that convince you that you cannot do better for yourself, that convince you that, hey, there is nothing better out there for you. Like you believe in those things so much that you're not even willing to try. You're not even willing to put in an effort. You're not even willing to try different things to see if that would work for you. Do not let that belief limit you. You got to break free out of it. So break free from limiting beliefs that convince you that, hey, you ain't good enough. That convince you that nothing good is going to come out of you. That like to the extent that some of us, we say that, oh, my lineage, nothing good comes. There is nobody that has. How about you being the first? How about you being the first person to break out? Have you tried that? Have you thought about that? Have you thought about that? Have you thought about that? That is a question for all of us. We believe in certain things that it keeps convincing us that, hey, you're not good enough. That it keeps convincing you that, hey, nothing good is going to come out of your situations. That we believe that, hey, what we are now is what we are meant to be. No. You are meant to be more than you are now. You are meant to be more than where you find yourself. You are meant to go places. You are meant to blossom. Excuse me. You are meant to blossom. But we've limited ourselves. In order for us to conquer our fears, we need to break free. In order for us to embrace change, we need to break free. Because most of us are scared of change too. In order for us to be able to start those things that we thought we couldn't do, we need to break free. Start by analyzing where you find yourself. Ask yourself, is this where I want to be? And if the answer is no, look for a way to break free. That doesn't mean go do the wrong thing. That doesn't mean go follow wrong friends. That doesn't mean take the wrong decisions. No. But that means that you're going to take time to sit down and look at the things that you can do to better your life. The things that you can do to break forth of that situation you find yourself in. The things that you can do to break free from that limitations that we've put on ourselves. Break out of that limitations. Amanda, I've tried, but I can't stop talking negative about myself because of this thing that I did. Amanda, I've tried, but I can't stop failing for God knows what. Amanda, I've tried, but I can't seem to find the right thing or the right way to go. Start with those positive affirmations. Start by building that confidence of yourself again, because maybe because of whatever you've been through, because of whatever you've gone through and whatever you are going through, it has taken away all that confidence that you had. It has taken away all that trust that you had in yourself. It had taken away all that belief that you had in yourself. It had taken away the positive affirmations that you used to believe in. You used to say to yourself. This is where we go back and we sit down and we have conversations with our own self. This is where we start with those positive affirmations again. Yes, I know I have failed, but I am not a failure. Yes, I know the situation is not looking great, but I know I am a greater person. I know God created me to be a better person. Yes, I know things doesn't seem to look bright right now, but I know that better things are ahead. Better days are ahead. Start with those positive affirmations again. Let yourself understand that regardless of whatever comes your way, you are going to do your very best to break out of that limitation, to break out of that struggles that you find yourself in. It is not going to be easy, especially when all you've ever known is these series of failures, these of people telling you you ain't good enough, of people letting you know that nothing better can come out of your life, of people letting you know that you're nobody. Maybe that's all you've ever known. But today I am here to tell you something else. It doesn't matter what somebody thinks about you. It doesn't matter what the situation even look like right now. It doesn't matter how you see yourself right now. It doesn't matter the struggles. It doesn't matter the pains. It doesn't matter what your current situation seems like. What it matters is how you see yourself, how you're willing to change, and what you're going to do about the situations you find yourself. It is not going to be easy. It is not going to be easy. If I tell you it's going to be easy, I'm lying to you. Because that is all you've ever known. Being with people who doesn't see your worth. Being with people that lead you, or being in connections that lead you to the wrong place, the wrong timing, right? Being with people who don't care what you go through. Being with people who want to use you to their advantage, right? Being with people that all they see is that you being a means to they getting better. You being a means to they going higher. You being a means to them doing well in society or doing well in the group you find yourself in. But that is where you break off. That is where you break free. That is why it is important to let go of those limitations that you have set for yourself. Oh, I can do this. Oh, I can do that. Oh, I have tried this. I can do this. How about you try one more time? How about you let go of those self limitations that you've imposed on yourself? How about you changing that negative perspective or perception that people have about you to positive? Have you thought about that? How about you standing up for you, right? And how about you embracing that discomfort and pushing yourself out of that discomfort by doing the things that you have always and regularly put off to do? That classes you need to take, that self-growth course you need to take, that self-confidence course you need to take, that betterment course you need to take, that self affirmations that you need to start doing or start saying to gain your confidence back. How about you not putting those limitations on yourself? How about you breaking free out of it? Ever since I started doing this, all I've been getting is failure, failure, failure. Yes, I know that. But I am willing to keep trying. I am willing because I want to break free. I want to break out of this series of failures, right? It all starts here with the mind. But we make the situations that we find ourselves in trap us to the extent that we don't even realize that we're not thinking about the things that we can do to get out of where we find ourselves, to get out of the situations we're looking at. You have the power to break out of it. You have the power to break free. You have the power. It is up to you to decide that I am ready to break out. It is up to you to do that. Let me find ways and means that I can get out of this situation. Let me find ways and means that I can benefit myself. Let me find ways and means where I can do things that will benefit me and will not put me in trouble. Breaking free out of the limitations that I found myself in. breaking free out of the struggles that I found myself in, breaking free out of that mindset that I have built up because of what I've been through, because of what I'm going through, and because of the things that people are saying about me or how people see me. Good morning, Mommy. Good morning, darling. Breaking free. Let me break out. I feel so insecure. Let me find a way to break out of this series. I feel like a failure. Let me find a way and break out of it. I feel like I cannot do things the right way. It is your mind telling you that. It is your mind telling you that. It is your mind telling you that. But when you are able to break out of it, to break out of that habit that you think is normal, because certain habits or certain series are not normal. But when you think that it is normal, it becomes normal for you. It becomes normal for you. Break out of that limitation. That's my son right there. Break off of those limitations. Break out of that pain. Break out of that anger. Break out of that insecurity. Break out of that limitations that we've put on ourselves. That is the only time you will realize that you have way more potentials than what you think you have. That is when you realize that you have more than what you are pushing out. As a man thinking, we need to break off that limitation in order to reveal that beautiful person that we are meant to be, in order to show forth what we truly are meant to be. In breaking free, you need to understand that everything that you have to do, you need to be conscious about it. Every step you take need to be a conscious effort. You cannot try today and tomorrow you're doing something else. No. Breaking free need consistency. Breaking free from that limitation, from that pain, from that anger, from that thing that we've held on to so bad. Need a conscious effort. I hope and pray that in us breaking free of the limitations that we've set for ourselves, we'll be conscious about where we want to be, where we want to go to, how we want to achieve those. Because we've given those problems so much room to grow. We've given that issue so much room to expand. We've let what people say about us define us so much so that we are refusing to break free from those limitations. And as I told you, I'm not gonna say it's gonna be easy. That I won't promise you. Because with something that you've known all your life, with something that you've realize that this is what people see me for. This is what people think I am. This is what people think of me. It's going to take a minute. Give yourself some time. But as I said earlier on, in order for us to break out of that fear, that limitation, in order for us to embrace change, we need to break out. We need to break free. We need to let go of those limitations that we've set for ourselves. We need to let go of those pain that we're holding on. We need to let go of those anger that we're holding on to break free out of it. Because it is only then that we can free up that space that these things are occupying. It is only then that we can free up that precious space that we can fill with good things, that we can fill with better things, that we can fill with so much goodness. I urge you today to break free from that limitation, from that struggle, from that pain. Try it a different way. Try that thing in a different manner, by using the right route, by tweaking that formula a little bit. Maybe all you know to do is put A to B. Maybe put B to A. Maybe switch things a little bit around. That is all you need to do to break free of those limitations that we've set for ourselves, to break free limitations that you've let people place on your life, to break free of that anger, pain that you've held on to all this while, that is preventing you from moving or from blowing up. You are meant to expand. You are meant to be the better version of yourself each day. You are meant to look at yourself and say, I am proud of the person that I have become or I am becoming, because my past doesn't define me. My struggles doesn't define me. The limitations that I've put on myself doesn't have anything on me, because I have shaken it off. Break free of those struggles. It is only then that you can move full swing to your full potential. It is only then that you would understand how and what you need to do to better yourself. So if that connection, if that friendship, if that group you in, all they know to do is talk negative about you. All they know to do is pull you down. All they know to do is label you as if you know better than them. Get out of there. I'm urging you to break free this morning. It's a new month, right? I'm urging you to break free from those pain, limitation, those struggles, those anger, those series of unsuccessful things that you've been doing all this while. I need you to break forth out of it. I need you to tweak that formula a little bit. I need you to get yourself up and say to yourself that, hey, I have tried this severally. It is the same way. It is not working for me, but it is time for me to try it a different way. It is time for me to tweak it a little bit. It is time for me to get up and move. Breaking free. Break free out of that struggle. Why is it that I am always failing everything that I do? Maybe all you need is tweaking the formula that you're using a little bit. Maybe all you need is stepping back a little bit and revisiting those process, those planning, those works that went into it before you started. Maybe that is all you need to do to break forth. Maybe that is all you need to do to break free. That is all you need to do to let loose so that you can realize your full potentials. This week, we're going to work on ourselves, and we're going to look into every situations that we find ourselves in, every struggle that we find ourselves in, and we are going to tweak that formula a little bit. We are going to let the things that people have said about us that are negative to our improvement be shaken off, right? Be dusted off, so that we can break forth, so that we can break free, so that we can get loose. Because in breaking forth, our brokenness gets shed off. In breaking forth, our struggles get shed off. In breaking free, our pain gets shed off. You've held on to that pain for far too long. You've held on to that anger for far too long. Have you realized that because you hold on to that, you're not able to move forward? Because all they're doing is occupying space. But how about you let go? How about you say to yourself, enough is enough? Enough of this series of struggles. Enough of this series of pain. Enough of this series of failures. It is time for me to sit up. I am breaking out. I am breaking free out of this. Because that is the only way I am going to grow. Let's break out. Let's break free of the struggles, of the pain that we find ourselves in. Thank you for joining me. My name is Amanda Krufiaye, and I am your host and founder of A Dose of Encouragement Incorporated. As I say always, if you haven't followed us on our website, on our social media platforms, please do follow us. Turn the notification button on. When we come on live, you would get notified that we are on. Let us have the conversations of life. Let us have conversations that would help us move forward. As I always say, on this platform, there is no judgment. On this platform, we learn from one another. On this platform, we work on ourselves. So if you haven't followed us yet, please do. And as I always say, it's a new month. I pray that whatever you've asked for be granted to you, right? And as I always say this, take ADOEI to the world. I pray that your prayers that nobody knows about be answered. And I love you all. And there is nothing, absolutely nothing you can do about it. Let us keep this video circulating. Let us post this video on our platforms, on our social medias. Let us go out there and let somebody needs this. Somebody needs to hear this in order to tweak the things that they've been doing the same way that they've been failing. Let us push this out there to be a blessing to others. Also, our social impact project is undergoing, is up and coming. If you are in a position to support us, please feel free to support us any way you can. This year, we're doing educational supplies, and we want to put a smile on that brilliant but needy student in Ghana face with some educational material. It might not be much, but it is the thought that count. Let us be a beacon of hope. Let us be a beacon of light as our slogan and as our motto of ADOEI, trying to be the beacon of light, trying to help eradicate poverty in our own small way. Join this worthy cause. Join us. Let us put smile on the face of that young man, on the face of that little child, that pre-K student, that primary school student, that is brilliant, but finding it difficult to even buy an exercise book, even get a hold of a pencil, even get a hold of a pen, even get a hold of a backpack to go to school. Let us do our God-given responsibility. You might think this is not, but this is what I call it, our God-given responsibility, right? As we become the beacon of light, the beacon of hope for those that do not have hope, for those that their lights are dimming. Let us help these people. If you want and you are in the position to support us, we ask that you reach out to us on our website, as I just posted, right? Reach out to us. Or even maybe all you can do is donate something. Little drops of water, right? Make a mighty ocean. Little drops of water goes a longer way, right? Drop something in there. Let us use that in support for the people that we going to support. As I say, let us put smiles on people's faces, right? Let us be that beacon of hope, right? One of the things we're trying to do is get this backpack filled with goodies. This is already made, as you can see. I don't know if it's better, but as you can see, with our logos on, right? That is what we're trying to get out for these needy but brilliant students that are in need of these educational materials to make their life or their day better. Once again, thank you for joining me today. Thank you for joining me always. Until I come your way again, this is a Dose of Encouragement Incorporated. I sign out. And I thank you so much for your support, for the support you're thinking of giving, and for the support you've already given. Stay blessed. Have a fruitful day. Have a blissful week. And we will see you next week. Bye.